Mahindra is set to launch their sub 4 meter compact SUV, the XUV300, in the Indian market soon. But will this little cheetah be able to survive among the sea of CSUVs? There are a number of things in the XUV300 which set it apart from the rest of the pack, and we will take a look at them first. So the first thing about the XUV300 is that it produces a very high amount of torque, 300 Newton meters to be precise. Coincidence maybe? But anyways, that puts it ahead of the rest of the pack, and it also makes the car propel like an aircraft without that silly handbrake. You just have to wait for the turbo spool to kick in, and that does not take too long, and then this car is a whole lot of fun. In fact, it feels like a hot hatch dressed as a compact SUV. Oh, and where are my manners? I forgot to introduce you to the engine. This is a 1.5 litre diesel engine. It's a 4-cylinder engine, and it was also seen in the Mahindra Marazzo. The tuning is a bit different. So in the XUV300, it produces a peak power of 115 horsepower at 3750 rpm and a peak torque of 300 Newton meters, as I said before, between 1500 to 2500 rpm. Of course, now the engine has to pull lesser weight presumably when compared to the Marazzo, so it does perform a lot better in here and feels a lot more at home in here. The XUV300 boasts of the longest wheelbase and the widest track in its segment. So the wheelbase stands at 2600 mm, which is a whisker more than the Creta, and the width stands at 1820 mm. This, combined with the monocoque chassis that this car is built on, means that it is extremely fun to throw around corners and twisty bits, especially like these. You can have so much fun, and that combined with the sporty steering, oh boy, you are in for a good time around these roads. ABS along with EBD and disc brakes on all four wheels are standard, and it's a first in the segment. Mahindra sure seems to be having fun spoiling us. The brakes definitely provide a lot of confidence and also have adequate stopping power. So if I were to bring the car to a halt, so there is nice progression, and it also packs in a good amount of bite. You also have corner braking control and hill start assist, which, especially if you live in hilly areas, something like the place that we are in, then you'll appreciate it a lot, and it does actually come in handy. You might have commonly seen driving modes or terrain selection modes in vehicles, but the XUV300 comes with 3 modes for the steering wheel, which provide 3 different kinds of feel. So you have comfort, normal and sport. There is a button here on the dash which you can press, and it toggles between the 3 modes. I currently have it in the sport mode, which is perfect for tackling these twisties, and it gives a lot of weight to the steering wheel. Although there is still a bit of disconnect from the road, there is a little bit of play. It's not perfect, but it is actually quite handy. It definitely makes things a lot more exciting when you are driving this car. In the comfort mode, you will get the lightest steering feel, which is great for when you're parking in a tight spot and you have to continuously maneuver the car. The normal mode, as the name explains, gives you a very normal and neutral feedback from the steering wheel. Since the XUV300 is based on the SsangYong Tivoli, which was a car that was known for its safety, the XUV also is bound to impress people with its safety features. For instance, the top-end model comes with a total of 7 airbags, with the knee airbag being the first in segment. And now to evaluate the rest of the things about the XUV300. I was a bit skeptical about the looks of the XUV300 when I first saw the pictures and the videos online, but I must say, in the flesh, it does actually look quite good and quite enticing. Yes, there are hints of Creta and Brezza sprinkled around, but to its credit, the XUV300 looks sharper thanks to these chisel lines running all throughout, and these character lines actually give it quite a bold and rugged appeal. The front with its chrome-studded grille does look quite imposing, but these dangly LED DRLs, yeah, not sold on them still. The 215/55 R17 tires come studded with very sharp looking alloy wheels, and the tires themselves provide a great amount of grip. We did take the car on roads that were full of gravel, and as you can see, even right here in this place there is a lot of sand, but the car did not lose grip at any time. The side of the car does feel like it ends rather abruptly, but at the back you have big LED tail lamps which look good along with a spoiler, and as you can see, our car also gets these roof rails which add to the character as a whole. One slightly annoying thing about the doors of the XUV300 is that it takes a conscious effort to close them. Otherwise, as you can see, they don't close fully, and that can become an annoyance over a period of time. You have nice looking black and beige interiors, and at the center of the dash you have the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system which supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. And for all the 5 people that care, it also has the BlueSense app connectivity, which also enables you to have a smartwatch as your key. Speaking of which, you do get keyless entry with this, and you have an automatic start-stop functionality in this. Along with that, it comes with a segment first dual zone climate control with memory function, so you can store up to 3 states of the air conditioning system and store them and toggle between them. There are a couple of neat facilities available in the XUV300, including the tire pressure monitor, the seat belt reminder that is for all seats, so not just the front seat but for all seats. There is a reminder right over there, and you also have enough legroom and headroom for all occupants. Along with that, the seat belts themselves are height adjustable, so you can tweak them to your liking. And at the rear, the center seat also has an adjustable headrest. And then how can we forget this sunroof right here? So you can either close it completely or just have the light pass through, or you could also slide it like that. Things do not end just there. You have rear as well as front parking sensors, which are going to be super helpful when you're parking in a tight spot, and you have power foldable heated ORVMs, which are going to again help you when it's foggy outside or if it's raining outside. This car is also the first in its segment to offer power windows for all 4 doors, but it's not all great because you have these buttons which, let's just say, they don't exactly exude top-notch quality compared to what is provided elsewhere. Not much to complain about here in the second row of the XUV300. There is a lot of space. The under thigh support could have been slightly better, but a 6-foot tall person like me has no issue with other space. It's plenty, and yeah, no complaints except for whatever these stringy thingies are. Currently, the XUV300 only comes with a 6-speed manual transmission that is for both the petrol and the diesel engines, and I must say this feels actually quite nice. It's got quite defined gears and you can easily slot them. There's no clunky feelings. I do, however, have a complaint with the noise levels inside the cabin. They're not colossally bad. The engine noise from the diesel does seep into the cabin and it is noticeable, especially if you don't have any music. The suspension actually does a good job of providing a comfortable ride on bumpy city roads. As you can see right now, the patch that I'm on is not exactly smooth, and I'm not getting thrown around too much, and even the shocks are not filtering in to a worrisome level. It's actually quite flush, and yet when you throw it around corners it does not feel like a loose rubber band. The Mahindra XUV300 will be launched in February, and that is when we'll get to know the price of this compact SUV. Although it will be between 8 to 12 lakh rupees, and 8.5 lakh rupees would be my guess. This compact SUV does have a lot of character of its own, despite having somewhat inspired exterior looks and the safety features built into it, and all the small intuitive features that the XUV300 offers really does make it a very good buy in the segment. All that is left to see is the price and how it stacks up against the rest of the competition, along with its long-term reliability, which we will surely check out once we get the car for a longer time. Now, I know there is a 1.2 litre petrol version of this car that is waiting to be driven, but sadly we do not have the opportunity to drive it now. But as soon as we do, you bet that we will bring you a full review of that as well. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram if you've got any questions, because there are a lot of things about this compact SUV that could not be covered in such a short video, but we will try to answer them in the comments down below. So until the next time, happy driving and safe driving. Bye bye.